Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Nadeem here, COO at Apollo Scooters. Just me again this week. Pretty busy week, I guess, for everyone. So just me. Chucksologist, I know you're in the chat. You've been waiting for Elwa to make an appearance for a while. Maybe next week. Um, cool, guys. Yeah, this week is, I guess last week we spoke with JC, one of our insiders, went through some maintenance, safety tips, how to share the road with other vehicles, talked a little bit about his story with Apollo, and but we didn't have a chance to answer too many of your questions. So this week we're gonna do a little bit more of that. But before I start, just a couple announcements. We've got a couple sales on the site right now. Memorial Day sale in the States. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Hope you, well, I guess weekend. Hope you enjoy your long weekend. And then Victoria Day sale in Canada, which is still running throughout the weekend. In the US, that's translating to, depending on the model, $150 to $500 off. In Canada, $200 to $800 off. So if you are thinking of buying a scooter, now is a really, really good time to do that. Other stuff, other updates, we've got new products in stock. So the headlight and the powered air pump are now in stock in the US starting as of today. So if you've ordered, then you should start receiving your shipping information soon. And if you haven't ordered, then you should definitely do that. We've also got the lock, which was previously on pre-order, has been in stock for the last week. And I think some people have started to receive them. So if you have received your lock, let us know in the chat what that experience has been like. Want to hear your feedback on the lock, please. And stick around in the show. We've got a little giveaway today. I'm not going to say more than that, but if you stick around till closer to the end, you will find out all about that. Cool. That's it for updates. So let's go through the chat and see what we've got for comments and questions today. So yeah, I was reading some of these comments before, Chucksologist, and I believe it was Justin in the chat talking about a Go live in the flesh. That's great. I love seeing our products on the street. Every time I see one, I snap a pic and I try to run over to say what's up. Actually, the other day I was having dinner and I saw someone riding by with a scooter and it had the stem light, same way as the Pro. So I thought it was a Pro. So I went up to run over and to chat with the guy. Turns out it was a copycat, another one. So I guess imitation is the best form of flattery or something along those lines. But yeah, glad that you got to see one live in the flesh. Cool. Stinks to pee. Hey guys, every time I go out on my ride on my Paul Pro, the app keeps defaulting Ludo speed to 65 kilometers an hour. Seems like every other day I got to bump it up to 71 kilometers per hour plus. Could you look into fixing this? No, there's been a few issues in the past with speed limits resetting in the various modes on the app. But I thought that those were all resolved. So if they're not and you're experiencing that problem, please reach out to our support team and let them know. They'll have our devs take a look into it. And if there's a potential specific bug that's impacting that, we'll be happy to fix it for you. So yeah, stings to pee. Please reach out to support. What's up, Martin Brenner? Good to see you in the chat. Hey, Justin, how's it going? A little chat. Okay, cool. So questions from the chat. Justin, I'm noticing on Reddit that generally the number of issues showing up in scooters has gone down quite a lot. Do you feel like the sentiment of Apollo has improved? I think so. I think the sentiment with Apollo was always pretty positive. I think Apollo has had a few issues in the past, which mostly we've chalked up to growing pains, and I think we've been very honest with the community about the challenges that we've been experiencing as a very small company with no external funding that is trying to compete with manufacturers that have almost infinite resources. And we've learned a lot along the way. And I think now what you're starting to see is the reason why it's a bit more quiet is because we figured it out. We told the community that these are the things that we were going to fix, and we fixed them. So, in terms of making sure that we're providing the best support possible, expanding our channels, all the improvements we've made from a manufacturing from the manufacturing side, plus the QC that we've been doing, plus the launch of the new models, plus moving away from our OEMs to our own fully like designed and sort of manufactured models. We've seen the improvements from all of that work. So the way I see it is yeah, things have improved, and that's why we're maybe seeing a little bit less negativity online. I mean, there's always still room for improvement, and we stay focused and committed on doing that. So yeah, but it's been great to see. Justin, continuing, I'm still seeing people saying that Apollo has bad customer service, and very recently I've seen a couple vendor problems on the CD being posted. Yeah, I mean, the thing with customer service is when someone has a bad experience, they're going to go and say that it's a negative experience, and it's a reflective of customer service across the board. Ideally, customer service, anytime someone reaches out to the Apollo team, they get the resolution that they want, but sometimes that's not possible for various reasons. So either there's an issue with the hardware or there's an issue with the stock level. That just reads as bad customer service. And in a lot of ways it is. I don't think it's reflective of the team's ability to support that customer. I think, as a company, there's still, like I said, those opportunities for improvement. And I think making sure that we're getting better with our spare parts and staying in stock on those is still an area of improvement. It's so much better than it was last year, but we're still kind of working through it. So yeah, I mean, look, in terms of our customer service, I'm personally super happy with where we're at. Just off the top of my head, I think we've been responding to emails within 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We launched phones, and that's been going really, really well. People are super happy with the expansion of that channel. Our customer satisfaction scores are averaging around 95%. With video, we were hitting 100%. So I think obviously still areas for improvement, but again, it's one of those things where it's a sampling issue. If you have a negative experience, you want to go online and complain about it. And we don't shy away from those criticisms. I think, like I said, those are always opportunities for improvement for us. And yeah, so continue to share your experiences. But if you do have a positive experience with support, please go online and share that as well, so that people who are browsing can kind of get a bit more of an accurate description of where we're at. I think anyone who's going to say that Segway has better customer service than Apollo just hasn't interacted with our support team that well or that frequently, because that's clearly it's not the case. Cool. Johan Kanul, hello, how's it going? Chucksologist, thank you so much, Nadim. Still skeptical if you could replace Elwha. I couldn't. If you see my little headline at the bottom, it's #1 Elwha impersonator. I'm going to do my best to do that this week, but replacing Elwha is impossible. Borealis Knights from Red Deer, Alberta. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Sexologist working on Memorial Day for 2x the pay. Hell yeah, man. Get the bag. Justin, another question for Apollo. Has there been any frame warranty claims since you've launched your 10,000 kilometer frame warranty? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I believe there's been like frame stuff, but usually those are from collisions. But yeah, off the top of my head, I'm not really sure if there's been anything that has come up from the frame. Support would mostly handle that, and that's sort of just like an automatic replacement if it has come up. So those types of issues don't always get escalated unless there's something that we need to get our eyes on. Lawrence S. Why does Apollo Pro Manual recommend to charge fully after every ride? General best lithium-ion charging practices to aim for a charge range of 40 to 80% and avoid frequent full charges. That's a question for Elwha. Maybe it's a little bit different with the Pro. I'm not 100% sure. I guess for everyone who doesn't know who I am, for any of the technical stuff, I'll do my best to provide an answer if I can, but I can't always answer everything. I heard what you said within charging for a range of 40 to 80%, but I think the quality of the cells that we have is the reason why it's not so big of a deal to go for the full charge. Same with the fast charger. I think there's been a lot of improvements from the BMS battery technology side that have made some of those sort of like previous conventions a bit less, I guess, critical moving forward. But yeah, I guess to get a better answer, maybe join next week when Elwha's there and ask us a question. He'll be able to walk you through all the details. Borealis Knights, I received my lock way back. I ordered my lock way back on Indiegogo, not received yet, but I assume soon. Yeah, you should be receiving it any day now. If you haven't, or if you don't have a tracking number or anything, just reach out to support and they'll be able to help you out. Johan Canol, any updates on the Pro? Oh, sorry, lost you. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just maybe send another question and we'll clarify. Texologist, will your NYC servicing hub be reestablished within this year? If not, so then I can still take it to maintenance servicing with your partners, right? Yeah. So no, the NYC shop is closed for good. I mean, who knows? Maybe sometime in the future, with some changes in the regulations, we could revisit that. And yeah, you definitely service it through any of our partners. You can find them on the support page and find a location. Cool. When will the Phantom V4 get UL listed? I don't know. I don't have a timeline on that. I don't know if it will necessarily. Yeah, that one's a bit more difficult to provide a timeline for. As you know, that one's manufactured at a different factory, so there's a different process there. But yeah, so no timeline on our end on the V4 UL listing, and I don't anticipate that that's going to be the case. Cool. Justin, Nadine, is there anything happening at Apollo you are not allowed to share here today? You guys always have so many secrets. Not anything that we haven't teased in the past. Nothing that comes to mind, at least. Some like product stuff that we're always cooking something. So like I said, there's secrets. There's like layers of secret stuff. There's like Elwa, who has all the secrets, and then at some point he lets us know, and then when we know, we held that secret for a little bit, and then our customers find out as well. So I know Elwa's got he's the vault. He has all the secrets. So maybe Justin, message him on Slack and see if he'll give you a sneak peek of something or let something slip. Cool. DRGB got my lock yesterday. It looks and feels beautiful. Great packaging as well. That's great, man. Super happy to hear that. Feel free to leave a review if you're in any of the communities, or post something here for everyone else so that they can look at they can kind of get like a sense of your experience as well. But yeah, thanks for sharing the feedback. We worked really hard on the packaging. And yeah, the new accessory lineup with the new branding and the new packaging was kind of a long time coming. So it's great to get that feedback. Martin Brenner, how are Pros configured for phone charging and IoT? Do they come this way from overseas, or do you send the upgrade parts? So it depends on which Pros. The latest production of Pros, we decreased the price, and through listening to customer feedback, we found that essentially the Pro for a lot of people was just a bit too expensive for what they were getting. And we looked at the rates, like how many people were actually signing up for the IoT and all those kind of extra services, and we saw that those were pretty low. So, well, at least, not as high as we wanted them to be. So we made the decision to make those components add-ons that you can purchase later, and we decrease the price accordingly. So the Pro is a bit more affordable for everyone, and not everyone who wants the Pro wants to have those features. So we wanted to make it optional and give everyone the choice. The way that it works is that you would buy the upgrade, and then I think there's a process to register that with our team. So reach out to support; they should be able to help you out. There's like some pre-configuration when they come overseas, but I think there's like a couple switches that we have to connect on our end to make sure everything's activated and ready to go. Cool. Chexologist, will the Go 9-inch tires come in stock on the website anytime soon? Everything else, including the motor assembly and handlebars, are there, but not the tires. I'm not sure what the ETA on the tires are off the top of my head. I'd have to look. But yeah, if you're curious, reach out to support, or just go to the PDP page and click the button to, I don't know if that's active on parts to request when something is back in stock, but you, reach out to support. They'll be able to help you out. I assume they're on the way. I know that we're still a bit short on a few tires, so that shipment should be arriving anytime soon. Johan Canul, for the Pro. Okay, so when are the Pros expecting to ship and be delivered? I pre-ordered mine back in April. I'm too excited to get it. There's a pre-order. If you go to our support resources, there's a pre-order page that shows you the latest ETAs on when stuff is going to be arriving. I don't have that memorized off the top of my head. Maybe Matt, if you're listening, you can answer that question for Johan to let him know, or share the link as well. Justin, are there micromobility events that you'll be attending this summer? I personally won't be attending any, but the team might attend micromobility in San Francisco again this year. Um, I know Matchek and Alwar are currently at like a retail conference in Chicago. So yeah, we kind of show up from time to time, but I don't think that there's any major announcements unless, the guys have something planned that I'm not aware of. Cool. Martin Brenner, your reluctance to put out the side-by-side Explore surprises me. I suggest you make some for early access people to test and get real feedback. I think people will really dig them. Matt, this could be a really good opportunity to drop the Reddit link on the new Pure McLaren collab. It is a side-by-side like platform scooter, and you can kind of see some of the comments on there. We did consider doing a very small beta. I think just from a financial perspective, it's very expensive to manufacture and then ship those scooters to people, run the tests and all that. So I think, we just, made a business decision essentially. For me personally, like I said, I like the form factor. I think it's interesting. I just think that the overall package was just like the scooter was a bit too big. It was going a bit too fast. And I think a smaller package makes a lot more sense for a scooter with that form factor. But that again is personal opinion. I think we'll never really know, and we have to be very careful about how we allocate our resources. We're still a small company that is trying to punch well above our weight. So just from a business decision, it didn't make too much sense to proceed. But who knows? Maybe someday in the future, the Explorer will come back. Borealis Nights, can you put the Pro with the IoT and phone charger pre-installed? No, you'd have to install those yourselves, but the installation process is super simple, not complicated at all. I believe we have resources on how to install those as well. So yeah, really simple. David Black, hybrid tires for the Pro. I don't know, maybe. Always maybe. I guess until we announce, hard to say, but I think maybe. And then Justin, the McLaren and Pure One scooter doesn't look good, and the specs suck for the price. Yeah, I guess Lando and his dad are kind of like the bridge there that are connecting that. I mean, like kudos for trying something new, and I think Pure is doing something interesting in terms of like trying to bring that the portability aspect to market, but then also try to like create a new form factor with that side by side stance. So I mean, kudos to them, and it's pretty cool that they get to make like for any F1 fans, like a Senna sort of inspired scooter. I think that's interesting and fun. I think it'll be like maybe a bit of a collector's item. But yeah, I think pretty clearly the specs are lacking, and I guess kind of goes to show that making a scooter is very difficult, even if you do have a lot of resources, and kind of finding the right package that customers are going to want is not always the most straightforward thing. What's up, Randy? How's it going? Good to see you, man. Can we meet the number one Apollo impersonator at a Montreal summer ride along anytime soon? Yeah, totally. Next time in Montreal, if it lines up with my dates. Currently still in New York. I'll be in Montreal for a little bit in June, and then maybe off again. So if it works out, then we'll do it. I do know that there may be a New York ride along being planned in the works. So if that ends up happening, then we'll make sure to let you guys know. Justin Ma, McLaren should have collabed with Apollo. Yeah, they should have. They should have. They messed up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll go for like a Ferrari or something. Or I guess Red Bull's been crushing it, so maybe get Max Verstappen on Apollo Pro. That would be pretty badass. All right, gonna take a little break from the questions because we have a little giveaway with the new Apollo lock. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little pop-up quiz. So basically, the point of this is we're going to share 3 Apollo brand pillars. They're going to be shown on the screen, and your job is to fill out the answers to the 3 pillars, and the first person who gets all 3 or the most answers wins. We'll have the the quiz up for about 60 seconds. So yeah, Matt, you wanna go for it and set it up? Cool. So fill in the blanks for each of Apollo's three brand pillars. One, designed in blank. Two, powered by blank technology. And three, tested for blank kilometers. Let's see who's got this coming up first. I imagine one of the insiders is gonna come in and crush this. So I'll repeat the question again. Fill in the blanks for each of Apollo's three brand pillars. One, designed in blank. Two, powered by blank technology. And three, tested for blank kilometers. Ooh, Brad, pretty close. But you missed it by a little bit. I think Borealis Knights got it. I'll leave it up for a little bit. Yeah, DRGB, you got it as well. Scott Miller, nice. Okay, good job, guys. You guys have all crushed it. Ooh, Martin, a little bit off the mark on your response there. Justin, close. I think there's a bit of an extra zero there. Maybe one day we'll be at 100,000 kilometers. All right, guys. So I guess Borealis Knights, you won. So congratulations. The correct answer was designed in Canada, powered by Mach technology, and tested for 10,000 kilometers. Borealis Knights wants to pass the prize to the runner-up. Okay. Ooh, who came runner-up? Let's see. That's very nice of you. Thanks for doing that. Brad Rickman, you were close. Mach 1. Okay, I guess DRGB is the second place. So DRGB, if you want to send us a message on one of our social accounts or just email support and let them know that you won the giveaway on the live stream today, we'll get you an Apollo lock shipped to you for free on the house. Thank you everyone for contributing. Cool. All right. Andral, not Ludo, unfortunately, but close enough. And Justin, no way you guys tested for more than that. We tested for a lot, but 10K kilometers is, I guess, from the frame warranty, and I think, hopefully one day the full warranty. It would be great to offer a warranty for all the components for 10,000 kilometers. That's kind of where we're headed and moving towards. So maybe one day we'll be able to claim that, but for now, not quite. All right. Cool. Yeah, I guess we kind of powered through this. Should be changed to Elwha technology. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Elwha is definitely the brain behind everything that we do, which is really cool. Okay, guys. So I'll let me see if there's anything in the chat here that I've missed, but feel free to ask some more questions. Anything that you guys are curious about, what's going on at Apollo today, any feedback that you have on a new scooter. We heard some feedback on the lock, which was really positive and great. We did a bit of a chat about Reddit and kind of like how that sentiment is going. Okay, here Justin got a response or got a question. So Nadim, are you permanently in NY? Did you move there recently, or were you always there? So I don't know. I haven't made any decisions yet on where I'm going. I still have my place in Montreal. I'm here for just a little bit. Wanted to do a bit of a personal trip, change of scenery from Montreal. Montreal, for those of you who don't know, is dark and cold, and I'm not necessarily used to that, having grown up in the Middle East. But yeah, I would say not sure. Maybe semi-permanently in New York. I think one of the amazing things about Apollo is that we have a very remote-friendly culture. We trust each other to do all the work that we need to do, and everyone goes above and beyond in the work that they do. Like I said, really punch above our weight. So one of the things I really appreciate about working here is, well, one is that I get to interact with the community, which is great. And then two is I can kind of work from wherever I want. So, maybe not tie myself down to a specific city, but maybe travel a little bit So yeah, maybe you'll see me 1 week in New York, next week maybe a beach in the background, Eiffel Tower one day, who knows. Brad, I said all answers. Second, I'm the runner up. I think you said Mach 1. It's very, very finicky here. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think, yeah, there was a bit of a mistake there. So that's why I went with DRGB. Timeline for the mirrors. Matt, if you know, please post in the chat for when those are coming in. And Martin Brenner, when are you going to have the ability for the beta units to reflash the display so we can get the turn signal timeout fixed? I'm not sure. Maybe a question for Elwan next week. I'm not sure what the timeline would be for anything from the software side. Mixologist, Mach is named after Ernst Mach, a Czech physicist and philosopher, so naming it Elwa makes perfect sense. Close enough, yeah, Ernst and Elwa, I guess they start with the same letter. Martin Brenner, if you like the Middle East climate, move to SoCal. It's really similar. Yeah, I spent a bit of time in LA because we have the hub there. Weather is beautiful, looks great, really fun spending time out there. Just traffic and taking an hour and a half in a car to get anywhere is not my favorite thing. But yeah, maybe, not so bad. Spend some time by the beach. Justin Ma, has anyone at Apollo had their scooter stolen before? Yeah, we had a pro stolen from a test ride. Someone came in, they wanted to do a test ride on the pro, and they just never came back. So the story is pretty funny, actually. Elwa, being the investigator, saw the post trying to sell the pro on Facebook and contacted the guy through a friend's account to say, hey, I'm interested in buying this. We got the address, and then Justin, for those of you guys who don't know who Justin is, warehouse manager in Montreal, big dude, showed up at the guy's door and was like, you stole the scooter, time to give it back. So we used that was one of our first sets of validation for the IoT as well, because we were able to track its location and find out where the guy lived. So when we went over there, we were able to retrieve the pro. So that's a story of a stolen Apollo, and this was like beta, like early. So yeah, that's the story that comes to mind. Anyone else who's had a stolen scooter? Not that I know of. And thanks, Matt. So yeah, the Mirrors ETA is sometime in July. I don't think we have a closer ETA than that. Cool. How to change the grip in the handlebar and what fits on it, from George for 14568. Depending on the model, I imagine you're talking about one of the newer generations. Not so easy. I'm not sure if we have any resources on how you can replace the grip. I would check with the community. I'm sure there's been a post about it on Facebook or on Reddit. If not, just post, and I'm sure someone will be able to direct you to a resource for it. I imagine it's not the most straightforward replacement because of all the wires, because we have the turn-on signals. So it may not be fully possible, but I would just check with the community on that. Cool. DRGB already reached out. Block is yours. Congratulations, man. And then we'll take just one more question here, one more comment. So far, so good for me. Other than losing ridiculously expensive scooters, has my blood boiling due to their carelessness in foregoing adequate security. Oh, others losing ridiculously expensive scooters. Has my blood boiling due to their carelessness in foregoing adequate security. And I don't want to hear anybody getting their Apollo Go stolen. It's becoming much harder to steal our scooters because of the lock. The motors lock, and so we actually can't really drag it. You have to pick it up and take it. So with the Pro and some of the bigger models, it's much heavier and much more difficult to do. With the Go, it's a little bit simpler, I guess, in theory, to pick it up and go. But that's where the app comes in. That's where those security features come in, and we can track those things. So makes it much easier. And then, Justin, have you ever raced anyone on your scooter? I have not. I'm a very safe rider. I like to kind of cruise and meander the streets when I ride my scooter. So I haven't done any racing. Well, I guess that's not true. I raced Elwa one time. I was on Unagi. I think I can't remember which one it was, but in Unagi, he was on the Go and he absolutely crushed me. It's like, no, not even close. All right, cool guys. I think that's it for today. So closing little remarks. Thanks everyone for participating as always. Hopefully next week I'm joined by someone else, so I don't have to do this by myself. You guys can add more answers to your questions. Yeah, thanks again. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. If you don't, please, I encourage you to do a couple things. Join the Reddit community, join the Facebook community, participate here, and follow us on social, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get all the details that you need as soon as it comes up. And as always, appreciate you guys. Catch you next week. All right, bye everyone.